How strong would Asta's anti-magic be in Jujutsu Kaisen? Let's talk about it on today's Juju Stroll, brought to us by Peppa Pig. And specifically what he said here today was, let's imagine that Asta's anti-magic is in JJK. Effectively nullification that's so powerful that it can cancel out any magic, or in this case, Jujutsu sorcery, that it comes into contact with. It can revert somebody back to their base form, like no cursed energy reinforcement. It basically just cancels anything. It would get through infinity, etc., right? How strong would he be? And the first thing I told Peppa before I made this video was that I have not seen Black Clover. So I am not versed, not to mention well-versed, in Asta's abilities or how that works at all. So I'm just going off of what Peppa suggested here, that essentially Asta would be able to nullify any and everything with his anti-magic. And in that case, he'd be the strongest, right? Because if he can even nullify people's cursed energy reinforcement, then he's nullifying like their superhuman speed and durability and strength as well, right? So even without knowing like the scaling of Asta in the Black Clover world, he cancels out everyone else's scaling. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would assume he would be the strongest because I'm sure he's got a bunch of other cool strength and abilities as well. But that's the easy answer, okay? For a little bit more of a nuanced answer, we can compare how nullification actually works in JJK, because that's a thing, right? We see it with the inverted spear of heaven, but also Angel's Curse technique, right? Which a lot of people theorize, myself included, perhaps the inverted spear of heaven was even created with Angel's Curse technique. Maybe not by Angel herself, but somebody with that same technique. And we know that in Angel's case, Jacob's Ladder isn't just an instant trump card. Like, there is a give and a take. There's a tug of war between the nullification aspect and whatever it's trying to nullify. We see this when it doesn't just instantly kill Sukuna, right? And it's used against him multiple times. So if Asta's ability worked somewhat like this, then it would still determine on the amount of strength or the amount of magic or whatever, cursed energy, whatever we want to call it, that he was pumping into his nullification versus whatever he was trying to nullify. So if it was Gojo's infinity, for example, Gojo might be able to pump more and more cursed energy into that to combat it and overpower the nullification. We see him do this against Domain Amp, against Jogo and Hanami. So ultimately, in like a cross-verse equalization scenario, I don't think Asta would be the strongest because people would be able to fight back. But in Peppa's specific scenario, yeah, he'd be the strongest.